ist ein bisschen arg viel Story.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Herzlichen Dank. Ja, wie gesagt, im Moment ist es arg viel Story, es ist sehr viel Erzählen und Texten und...
The island of Elias, near the Briston Atoll. Maybe I should try to go there.
Okay, gut, interessante Information. Alation, a crafty winged people who have recently dwindled in numbers and whose ability to fly long distances has been steadily diminishing over the past few centuries. Entschuldigung. The Alation are known for their ability to remember and tell stories from before the dawn of mankind and up to modern events. The largest known tribe of Alation with whom traders have occasional contact resides on the otherwise uninhabited island of Alay in the Briston Atoll. Okay, das...
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Ja, herzlichen Dank. Das haben wir uns notiert, das war offensichtlich wichtig. Obwohl ich mir nicht ganz sicher bin, wie wir jetzt da hinkommen wollen, weil es wahrscheinlich nicht auf der Stadtkarte erscheinen wird, aber gut. Trotzdem, ganz, ganz wichtige Informationen, die werden wir auf jeden Fall aufsuchen.
Oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Aber es gibt genau, ganz sicher noch mehr interessante Bücher über die Drachen und was weiß ich.
Some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Okay, das wähle ich nochmal aus.
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure.
No matter.
Okay, what topic? Elation again? Okay, das hatten wir schon. Which four magical people of Arcadia were given a piece of the stone disc? Ah ja, genau, das ist auch wichtig.
I need to find out which 4 magical people of Arcadia were given a piece of the stone disc that serves as the key to the Guardian's realm.
The stone disc of the balance, yes? Yes. There could possibly be something on that in... let me check. Just one moment.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Schreibt man sowas in Bücher? Na, wahrscheinlich schon. Immerhin ist das hier mit die größte Bibliothek, die die Nordlande je gesehen haben. Wobei ich es ganz ehrlich dafür ein bisschen spärlich finde. Also das, was man bisher hier sieht, ist ja... naja, ein größeres Wohnzimmer voll mit Bücherregalen.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Zu freundlich. Denn schauen wir mal. Chapter 16 in the 8th scripture, the scripture of breaking. Regarding the disc of the balance and the events that came about when the disc was broken. The scriptures tell us that the disc was kept at the enclave for many thousands of years, safely guarded from any threat by the respect held by every man and woman for the authority of the fathers. But with dissent came disobedience, and disobedience brought immorality. And immorality begat theft. Tyrant soldiers, aided by sentinel traitors, attempted to da geht's weiter. Make away with the disc, but were thwarted by the weight of the kin herself, Entschuldigung, intervening, although forbidden to do so, on behalf of the fathers. The disc was brought safely back to the enclave, but the threat would linger in the minds of the minstrum and the vestrum. So it became that the disc was melted in the forge of the dragon's mouth, shaped into the elements of 4 magical people, and given to these respective people for safekeeping until such a time when it was decreed that the disc should once more be whole. One stone to the gentle souls that sing in the dark and shape the earth between their toes. Okay. One stone to the watchers of the woods, the ones who are outside. One stone to the 2 that make one, of air and of sea. And one stone to the keepers of the dark flame, the eternally dark, the mariners. When the time comes for the disc to be whole again, one person will make a journey to the 4 who hold the pieces, and the pieces will be given willingly, because there will be no doubt to the righteousness of this person.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Okay. Interessant. Also so wie ich das sehe, müssen wir diese Disk wieder zusammensetzen und wir müssen diese 4, ich sag mal, Parteien besuchen. Mal gucken, was es noch gibt.
Oh, goodness, it's you again. Oh, you gave me such a fright.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly. What a silly question.
Ja, hatten wir alles schon. So,
I'm
ja.
looking for some information.
No matter.
Ja, okay. Okay, Elation, need to read the scripture again. Dragons, genau. Da wollen wir auch noch was drüber lernen.
I'd like to learn more about dragons, about the Dragonkin.
Oh, yes, yes. We have some wonderful books on that topic. Stay here.
Ach, jetzt rennt er wieder kilometerweit durch die Gegend. Wobei, so weit ist es eigentlich nicht, aber offensichtlich hat er den Doppelklick noch nicht erfunden. Er lässt sich so ein bisschen Zeit. Na komm, leg das Buch auf den Tisch, damit ich es mir durchlesen kann. Jawohl, vielen Dank.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Zu freundlich, ich bin sehr, sehr dankbar. So, und gespannt, was da jetzt drin steht.
I look like a serving
Ah,
maid.
nein, du sollst dich nicht selber angucken. Mann, Mann, Mann. Secrets of the Draken by Minstrom Eliak. Forward. The Draken are known by many names throughout the Twin Worlds. In our tongue, they are often referred to as Drachin. In some variations of Low Tongue, Drachin. In the Southlands, the word Dragich refers specifically to the winged lizard shape traditionally associated with the kin. In Irad, the eternal spirits of the kin are called simply Drak, regardless of their current shape. In Stark, most cultures refer to the kin as dragon, drake, drache, dragon. Through this, usually refers only to the winged lizard-like shape and not to the spirit inhabiting this shape. In fact, while in Arcady, the kin are respected and revered as eternal spirits with great significance in the balance and the all. In Stark, the kin are mostly creatures of mythology and fairy tales. However, in some Stark legends and scriptures, notably the Christian Bible, the name dragon is associated with the forces of evil, and thus the religious connotations do seem to have carried over in a somewhat distorted form. Who or what are the Draken? Why not ask who is the creator, or what is the all? Questions thus asked will remain in perpetuity, unanswered, for they are in truth unanswerable. To condense all knowledge of the creator into one answer is futile, as is any attempt to define the all without describing every single element that makes up the all. So also with the Draken, we cannot answer who is the kin or what is the kin, but we can provide some answers to the simpler questions, the questions that deal with what we see and hear and feel, and what we have been told by the kin themselves. Answers that together may give us, if only the faintest hint of the whole truth, then at least some indication of who or what the Draken are. Born of the emptiness between the stars, reads the 11th scripture of the balance, the scripture of time. Shaped in unison with the all, part of the all, yet outside the all. Drachin, note the ancient high tongue variation of Draken. Why so many variations and interpretations of the Draken from culture to culture? The kin have always been shrouded in mystery, and from mystery rises legend and myth. The kin seem content to be seen as nothing but tall tales and figments of a bard's fertile imagination.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Habe ich eben noch das Spiel gelobt, dass alles vertont ist, musste ich das jetzt gerade alles selber vorlesen. Aber trotzdem, sehr interessante Geschichten, sehr interessante Hintergrundgeschichten. Bei der ersten Story haben wir so einen Tagebucheintrag bekommen, bei den weiteren nicht.
Oh, goodness.
Was
Could I see some more?
Oh, certainly.
Was im Grunde heißt, dass die nicht wirklich relevant sind, um weiterzukommen, die nicht wirklich irgendwas getriggert haben, aber ich find's saugeil, was hier für ein Bild gemalt wird von dieser Welt und überhaupt echt spitze. Mal gucken, ob er noch mehr hat.
I'm looking for some information, but I'm not sure.
No.
Hatten wir alles schon? So. Elation, Scripture again, I'd like to read more about the dragon. Hatten wir alles schon?
I forget. But thanks anyway.
I know how it is. I forget things all the time. I even forgot my own name once. Couldn't remember it for a whole week, and then someone called for me, and I couldn't find him. Strangest thing.
Okay. Weirdo. Was haben wir noch? The Silver Spear of Gorimon. A book on the history of Mercuria. Arcadian Folk Tales. Okay, die gehen wir noch durch. The Silver Spear of Gorimon. Was war das nochmal? Woher kenne ich das? Ah, schauen wir mal.
I'm looking for a story called The Silver Spear of Gorimon.
Yes, a fanciful tale if I ever saw one, but a charming one. Did you know that I'm often paid visit by adventurers wishing to read everything available on the spear so that they too could set out on their foolish quests?
Yeah, don't you just hate those adventurers?
Well, they pay for my bread, milk, and butter with their contributions to the coffers, so I shouldn't be too critical of them. But they care not about the books. They care only about what the books can give them.
I care. About the books, really.
I can tell. So, the Silver Spear of Gorimon, then?
Ja, genau. Bücher sind wichtig. Und um ehrlich zu sein, finde ich das genauso wie er. Bücher sind wichtig. Einfach so. Nicht nur, weil man daraus was nehmen kann, was mitnehmen kann, was einem helfen kann. Bücher sind wichtig. So oder so.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
Aber in diesem Fall, wir sind in einem Adventure, geht es darum, was die Bücher uns geben können. The Silver Spear of Gorimon. In the glory days of Baksheva, before the drought, when Gorimon was the greatest city in the known world, the Parek of Baksheva decided to forge the most powerful weapon in the world to challenge the mighty white dragon. The Parek had grown greedy and bored. His treasure hold filled with the riches of the world, and he desired nothing except the one thing he could never have: the unborn daughter of the white dragon, the fairest, purest, most beautiful creature in the universe. He had asked the white dragon for her daughter's hand in marriage, but she had refused, scolding him for his insolence and warning him to keep his distance from immortals. And so the Parek sought the advice of a mighty sorcerer, the dark and cruel Eos, to learn how to kill one of the Draken. The sorcerer told the Parek of the white silver of Mount Tyranny, the strongest substance in Arcadia, and how it could be forged by magic to kill even one of the kin. The Parek ordered his army to go north across the ocean and to bring back enough white silver to shape a weapon. When his men returned with the rare metal, the Parek ordered the finest blacksmith in Baksheva to his castle, where Eos, the sorcerer, cast a spell to create an unholy forge. 10 days and 10 nights it took before the exhausted blacksmith could present a tall spear to his emperor. But before the spear could be used to kill one of the kin, it had to be bathed in blood. Beheading the poor blacksmith and the soldiers who had retrieved the white silver from Mount Tyranny, the Parek's private bath was filled with their blood. As he dropped the silver spear into the red bath, watched over by Eos, a terrible scream erupted. and steam rose up in a red, foul-smelling cloud. When the steam lifted, the blood was all gone, and the spear was glowing in a deep red color. With the terrible weapon now ready to be wielded, the Parek issued a challenge to the White Dragon, to either surrender her daughter to him for marriage or to suffer a painful death at his hand. Enraged, the White Dragon refused him yet again, and flew to meet the Parek, his sorcerer, and his 1,000-strong army on the green fields outside Gorimon. Of the magical silver spear she knew nothing, and the Parek kept it wrapped in cloth by his side. "Bring your forces around, Parek," warned the White Dragon. "If you do not, I will lay waste to them all." "I wish my men no harm," lied the Parek, "for this is between the two of us." He then rode forward alone and dismounted his horse, but stayed within reach of the spear. The White Dragon landed before him, and she said, "You are brave to face me like this when you know you cannot harm me." Then the Parek raised a hand as if to greet her, but it was instead a sign to his sorcerer, the terrible Eos, who cast a mighty spell to hold the White Dragon while the Parek drew his silver spear. The White Dragon fought bravely, and she was close to escaping the sorcerer's magic, but the Parek was quick, and he thrust the magic spear into her chest. She screamed in pain and anger, and the sorcerer's spell could no longer hold her. Rising on her beautiful wings, blood pouring down on the land below, she cursed Bathsheba, her Parek, and her people for all time. Wherever the White Dragon's blood fell, the land turned arid, and grass became sand. The Parek sent his army to follow the White Dragon and to bring back her egg. But the drought grew, and within days, the once proud empire of Bathsheba was turning into a desert. Then followed a fierce storm that tore across the land for 100 days and nights. And when the dust settled, there was nothing left of Bathsheba but 2 coastal cities and a few scattered oases. It is said that in the buried ruins of a lost capital, wrapped in the arms of the Parek who dared test the immortal, rests the silver spear of Gorimon. Okay.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Interessante Geschichten, sehr interessante Geschichten. Also dieser Speer scheint noch irgendwo in der Wüste zu stecken. Bin gespannt, ob wir das noch, ob wir davon noch mal was hören. Aber das war doch bestimmt noch nicht alles.
Could I see some more books?
Oh, certainly.
So, Silver Spear of Gorimon, das hatten wir schon. History of Mercuria.
A book on the history of Marcuria would be interesting.
Ah, an extensive subject to be sure. I will do my best.
Na komm, Kollege. Er lässt sich aber auch Zeit hier. Ah, ich muss gerade mal meine Kehle anfeuchten, so viel